Yo, we got a video here today, and we're just looking at the progression. It starts off with taking photographs, you go traveling and blogging, and eventually the vanity leads you to other forms of media. Let's get right into it.
I have been working on this so hard, getting everything ready, filming, and just preparing everything for so many months, and I am so excited. So I'm just so happy to finally be able to make this announcement and release this video and tell you guys all about it. If you don't know what OnlyFans is, it's basically a social media platform, and even though anyone can be on it, it can be
Basically, yeah, just a social media platform similar to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. See, these are the top 10. See, this one obviously isn't in the top 10 because it's an amateur site for R-rated content. See, doesn't have the cojones to come straight out and say, this is where we get naked. This is where we show the mewis. But quickly, look at that list. Every single headquarters of all these top 10 social media, all California. That's kind of terrifying, to be honest.
for any type of content. It's definitely most well known for being 18 plus content, because
There we go.
OnlyFans doesn't have any restrictions on what you post, so you can be naked.
So then it really just isn't some social media platform. It is, because people will just assume that you're talking about, oh, what, Facebook, Instagram? No, this is where I put my butt up. This is where I put my feet pics.
On there, you can release a lot of like more sexy content or interactions with fans, videos, photos, and that's what most people do on OnlyFans. So, where do I start? I mean, in a way, this is a huge change and it's something really different. So I'm gonna go into more detail on all of this. First of all,
Well, you think about the progression of this channel. It started off by telling you how to trade stocks, right? And then went on from there to traveling. And now we've gone on to, it's time to get down to the real business. It's time to be able to sell my hair, sell my shavings, sell my nail clippings, my body odor, my sweat. It's insane.
very importantly, I do want to tell you guys that nothing here on my YouTube channel is going to change. So I will still be creating epic, cinematic, travel type of videos and series, just like I always have. So that's not going anywhere. This is just kind of a different side of me, and if you want to choose to follow that more sexy side of me, then you can or not. It is really
So that didn't really age well, because this was the last video. There were no more travel videos on here, because once you get a couple of donations from certain countries, Dubai, but just any kind of, hardcore beta thirster with lots of money, why would you come back to YouTube and post about Tibet or, I don't know, going off to China somewhere? You're getting paid who knows how much amount of money for your bath water.
really important for me to tell you guys that this is something that I am so happy to be doing. I am so excited. I feel so myself. I'm so proud of the content that
Hit that like button on the way out. It took all this time. I feel myself. It's almost like they're pretending. They put on this innocent look, which is attractive to guys. Guys don't want to see someone that just looks like, Julia Roberts' Pretty Woman. But deep down, some of them have a bit more of a dark side to them.
I have created for OnlyFans. I love it. I've loved filming it. I'm just really happy with everything and happy that I decided to do this.
So don't ever feel sorry for them when 5 years from now they regret this decision, because you're seeing no one's holding them back. No one's stopping them. And even outside of that, they're happy to do it. These are voluntarily, and look at this glee, getting quite excited.
I've always loved being sexy, and actually I consider that a part of my personality, which I've never been ashamed of. I'm very comfortable with my body and with my
Very comfortable with my body. That's code word for... Basically code word for don't shame my lifestyle. I get to do whatever I want and you don't get an opinion. I just get to broadcast this lifestyle unchecked.
My sexuality. I know that a couple years ago I did release a video where I talked a little bit about how in the past I had worked as a nude model. That was my job for about 4 years. And
Really? 4 whole years? Then you went YouTube and you thought, nah, I can't do the fans only now because I'm a quote unquote YouTuber. But man, four years in the biz, you know, getting knackered.
I really enjoyed it. I always look back on those years of my life as being really important and just a very freeing time for myself. So I first had the idea to start an OnlyFans, I think.
And then now the camera pans up, show a little bit of Mewies. Because it was a freeing time for myself and I got to get a lot of beta simps surrounding me and giving me cash Monday.
All the way back in July, so 6 months ago. It was an idea that I really liked, but it wasn't one that I thought at the time I would act on or do anything about because I'm a YouTuber and that's not what I do now. And I knew that
this is really the ultimate test. Are you ashamed to tell your parents or grandparents or great-grandparents what you're doing? Because if you have a bit of guilt or shame, it might mean that even though we live in 2022 and people can do what they want and be whoever they want, it doesn't mean you're going to tell your great-grandmother, hey, I show my bunghole on the internet, $20 a month. What do you reckon, Gamma? What do you reckon, Granny?
people would really disapprove. So it was something I thought about more like, oh, it would be so cool to start an OnlyFans, and then I didn't do anything about it. But I kept thinking about it, and I just felt myself so drawn to this idea, and I started thinking,
You started making excuses. And that's what people do with practically anything, right? If we really want to do something, oh, well, it's just natural. Why not? Who's it hurting? It's not hurting anyone. I can do whatever I want. I mean, I'm not hurting myself. I'm technically not even hurting the other person either. Of course not. Everything's good. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm not on antidepressants. Yeah. Things seem to be going great.
I wish I could start an OnlyFans. That would just be so amazing, and I would love to do something like that. So then I started kind of filling out the idea into epic travel locations, beautiful shots, slow motion, drones, but sexy version.
Epic slow motion drones, but we're going to get the milkers out. We're going to show a little skin because that's what we need. Because you think technically this market is so saturated, but this is the lower level where, because these guys beta almost have a parasocial relationship, and they know they're not going to be able to connect with the higher ups, so they shoot their shot with the sort of mid-level, lower levels.
And I really fell in love with this idea, and I could not stop thinking about it, even though I still thought, you know, this is something that I can't do, sadly, because I'm already a YouTuber. I told someone about...
Is that the only reason? What about because my parents might find out? And if you even have that kind of mindset, there's a reason. And you'll have anyone can feed you the answer that you want. You can search it out. There's always the story of the guy that he'll go into a room and he'll ask the same question. 9 people will say no, but he'll find the guy that says yes, and now, sweet. So we can rationalize anything if we ask enough people.
About my idea, someone close to me, and once I said it out loud, I think to someone else, that just ended up being, I don't know, this huge turning point, and that was when I realized I really actually want to do this. And decided to do it, which was really scary in a way. It was.
Why should it have to be scary? See, they use all this language. They're hesitant. They say it's just a social media platform. They just don't want to be honest, and they think that everyone else. Well, they just think that no one's going to be observant at all. No one's going to pick up on it. I mean, hasn't there been like 20 jump cuts already in this edit?
It still is. It still is scary in an exciting, exhilarating way, because.
Bingo, bango. Exciting, exhilarating, scary. These are all words. I mean, you'd think you wouldn't want to scare someone, but when it gets a certain response, when it gets the lower regions a little moist, you wonder why people do it.
I know that, this isn't, well, it's sexy version, so.
Yeah, taboo. Shouldn't really be doing it. Maybe almost abusing all the beta and simps that are just throwing their money down the drain. But it is what it is. This is the market. This is the modern market. And people are taking advantage of it straight up.
Yeah. I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of reaction, but I'm okay with that, and it's just something that I feel like I have accepted and let go of a lot in the process of that. Of course, like,
in this like sort of world of equality, we all have to be able to handle the reactions, positive or negative. Hopefully you're trying to garner more positive, because it's going to be impossible to make everybody happy. But if you even are having a sort of controversial opinion, you sure as hell need to accept a little bit of backlash, plain as.
Like, it's not for everyone, and I completely get that. Decided to just really go with what I feel and what I am inspired to do. So anyways, I started...
We're not going to let that one go. They just go with what they feel, and they wonder why you end up on the wrong end. Anyone, male or female, if you just go on feelings, especially if you're drinking alcohol and doing all kinds of things like that, you keep on living life on feelings, there's certain outcomes now that you're going to have to live with.
I'm setting everything up, working on this back in October. I've been filming super sexy videos. I have been naked in the wilderness.
Whoa!
Drones flying, scouting locations. There's so much, like, so many crazy... really cool adventures have happened with all of that, and it's been
crazy. Drones flying over, whoa, naked in the wilderness. Man, awesome. This is, and people will have a certain attitude towards blue collar. People, your mechanic or plumber but they're doing better jobs than just sort of walking around the nature naked. I mean, awesome.
And just so much fun. And now everything is ready to begin, and my OnlyFans is live right now, so
Whoa.
You can go and visit it and see this stuff right now. I still have so much that's going to keep coming out, and of course I'll film and keep up with it. It's not like, oh, I filmed everything and I'll just release that and then it's over. Like, this isn't something I'm just doing for a month. I'm gonna keep doing this, keep it up, and I'm looking forward to it because it's been so much fun already. I love what I've filmed so far, and I hope that you guys do too. I guess
just take note of her demeanor throughout. It's been quite happy. She said fun, and I love it a lot. So I really don't want to hear the violin. Oh, I was forced into it. I don't know why didn't it work out. Now people won't. No. You were glad. It seems like you're actually getting a bit of buzz, a bit of hype out of doing this.
Another question that people might have is what type of content I'm doing on OnlyFans. So basically, it will be like what you saw in the intro of this video, in the montage, cinematic, beautiful shots, with these epic locations, travel type of locations, tasteful. It's not anything hardcore or extreme. So mixed in with these cinematic...
That's how they rationalize it. It's not anything hardcore or extreme, it's just this. Eventually it could lead to other things, but even what you're saying it's not. Ask your great-grandmother if she thinks it's alright. Ask if she was getting naked for cash back in her day. But just by herself and doing random things, of course you'd never ask that question.
Videos, I am going to be doing more simple stuff as well. Like, not everything is going to be this big production, even though that is what I feel like most excited, the type of content I feel most excited to produce for OnlyFans, because, you know, as you might have noticed, that's what I like to do. But there will also be more simple stuff, and definitely interacting with anyone that does decide to follow the adventures. If anyone is
I'm just going to throw this out there. I got no idea what the sort of meta game and what people do on fans only. But if you're just doing kind of vanilla things, I feel like that's not going to cut it. It's not really what... I mean, you're going to have your diehard fans, but I don't think you're kind of going to grow a new audience within that genre by just doing, you know, travel and showing a little bit of skin in the wilderness.
Assuming a certain type of content will be released. As I said, I'm not doing anything like hardcore. There's not gonna be any like person with me in the videos, like, you know, it's just like what you saw in the montage basically, but what I can't show on YouTube. So yeah, I'm so excited, and I must have said that a lot of times already, but
Yeah, you have. You've said it multiple times. You're very excited. And if you are quite open with it, I mean, why wouldn't you eventually do that down the line? Why would you limit yourself? As you said, you're very free and open in what you're doing, but there's going to be some control to that. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, but low. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds. And who's not hit that subscribe button? You got to press it and then smash it. It's free this month. Seriously, press that thing right now. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.